Hello friends, let us discuss about the applets again. We know that applets are small Java programs that are primarily used in internet computing and that can be transported over the internet from one computer to another and run using Applet Viewer or any web browser which supports Java. An applet, like any application program, it can do many things for us, including arithmetic operations, display graphics, play sounds, accept user input, create animation, and play interactive games. We know that applets, we can develop the applets in the executable applet, but those executable applets are nothing but the .class file of the applet, which is obtained by compiling the source code of the applet. Compiling an applet is exactly the same as compiling an application. Therefore, we can use the Java compiler to compile the applet. To design a web page using Java applets, the web page is particularly made up of text and HTML tags that can be interpreted by a web browser or an applet viewer. But we should know what is applet tag that can be used to develop an executable applet. A web page is also known as an HTML page or HTML document, and these web pages are stored using a file extension that is .html. Such files are referred to as HTML files, and these HTML files should be stored in the same directory as the compiled code of the applets. As we know, the applet has the tag we can use in HTML. The applet tag in HTML was used to embed Java applets into any HTML document. The applet tag was deprecated in HTML 4.01 and its support has been completely discontinued starting from HTML5. But alternative available in HTML5 are embed and the object tags. Even though there are some browsers which supports the applet tag with the help of some additional plugins which are installed to work. Maybe the Internet Explorer 11 and earlier versions with the help of plugins. We know that in coming days Internet Explorer is also getting deprecated and the Internet Explorer will be closed in next coming days. The applet tag is not supported in HTML, so the applet tag takes a number of attributes, with one of the most important being the code attribute. The code attribute is used to link a Java applet to the concerned HTML document. It specifies a file name of the Java applet. The HTML applet tag is given here with the description. The HTML applet tag specifies an applet. It is used to embedding a Java applet within an HTML document. It is not supported in HTML5. Let us see the example of applet tag which is actually embedded in the HTML. See here in the example at the left hand side of this slide where the HTML document is produced here. In that, two sections are there. First section is a head section and another section is a body section. In the head section there is a title tag which is a HTML applet tag which is given as a title, and in the body section the applet code, that is the applet tag, is given. Now what is there in this tag which is specified here with the purple color, that is applet code is equal to, in double quotation, new class dot class, then width is equal to 300, height is equal to 200, and this applet is ended with slash applet. See here, this is the particularly a tag which is produced and given here for the HTML document. Now in this applet tag, the code, width and height are the attributes which are actually specified with the equal to sign. After the equal to sign there is a given in double quotation new class dot class file, then width is equal to 300, height is equal to 200. Now this new class is dot class is a particularly a Java file which is actually imported from the Java. At the right hand side you can see here is the new class.java file. In this Java file at the right hand side in another color coding I have written one of the Java file, and it shows that import java.applet.star, that is applet class, and its whatever the different methods will be invoked or imported. Next java.awt.star, that is abstract window toolkit, is also imported here. In this Java file, the public class new class is extended with the applet. Very important that at the right hand side the applet is specified, and in this public class another class is written, and that shows the public void paint. We know that there are different methods. The paint method, which is important method in the component class, and it contains another statement that g.drawString, in double quotation we have specified the krpkanya.org, comma 300, comma 150. So that will be shown with the string drawing, that is krpkanya.org is specified with the 300 and 150 location of that particularly applet viewer, and this totally file, that is new class.java file, will be invoked in the applet tag, and that is very important thing where we can use the HTML applet tag with the Java file. That is the combination of these both. So that will be done with the HTML applet tag. What are the attributes we have specified in that applet tag? Those attributes just we can overview. These are the important attributes of applet tag. First is the align. Second is a alter, that is you have to specify the value as a URL, that is uniform resource locator, and these all will be defined and that will be aligned around the applet, that is align attribute. Alter attribute is specified here with the alternate text to be displayed in case browser does not support any applet. Archive, that is also URL, and applet path when it is stored in the Java archive. Then very important attribute is a code. The code which will be specified with the value as a URL. A URL which will point to the class of the applet. So which class you are invoking or importing with the applet, that will be specified in the code. Now code base, that is also specified with the URL that indicates the base URL of the applet if the code attribute is relative. And there are height and width. Those two important tag attributes are there. Object title, vspace and width. Those are also important. So this is about the applet tag which can be embedded with the HTML file. Next thing we have to understand about the abstract window toolkit. What is that? It stands for Abstract Window Toolkit, and it is a platform dependent API for creating graphical user interface, that is GUI, for Java programs. Why AWT is platform dependent? Here we can see the Java AWT calls a native platform, that is operating system subroutine, for creating the components such as text box, checkbox, button, etc. For example, an AWT GUI having a button would have been different look and feel across the platform like Windows, Macintosh or Unix. This is because these platforms have different look and feel for their native buttons, and AWT directly calls their native subroutine that creates the button. In simple application built on AWT would look like a Windows application when we run it on Windows, but the same application would look like Mac application when we run on Mac operating system, that is Macintosh. AWT is rarely used nowadays because it's platform dependent and heavy weighted nature. AWT components are considered heavyweight because they are being generated by underlying operating system. For example, if you are instantiating a text box by AWT, that means you are actually asking operating system to create a text box for you. So very important thing here, we can just conclude that Abstract Window Toolkit is a platform dependent API for creating GUI for Java programs. Here is the AWT hierarchy. Now AWT hierarchy is a particularly given here with the package, and this java.awt package are having the classes which are hierarchically arranged inside the AWT package in such a manner that it has successive level in the hierarchy, adds certain attributes to the GUI application. AWT provides both standard and for applet windows. Now, Abstract Window Toolkit, that package in Java which enables the programmer to create GUI based application. Let us consider about the containers and components. All the elements like buttons, text fields, scroll bars, etc. are known as the components. See here at the right hand side, the figure shows the particularly button, maybe label, checkbox, choice, and scroll bar. Those are called as the components. And also container is also one of the part of component. In AWT, we have classes for each component as shown in the diagram. To have everything placed on a screen to a particular position, we have to add them to a container. Now, what is this container? A container is like a screen where we are placing components like buttons, text, fields, checkboxes, etc. In short, in a short, container contains and controls the layout of the components. A container itself is a component. This is shown in the diagram, and we can add a container inside the container. That is called as a AWT hierarchy. What are the types of container? Now, see here the same diagram is given here at the right hand side, and as we have explained about, the container is a place where we add components like text fields, button, checkboxes, scroll bars, etc. There are four types of containers available in AWT, that is window, window, frame, dialog, and panel. As shown in the hierarchy diagram, frame and dialog are the subclasses of window class. Just see first, that is window, that is an instance of the window class which has no border and no title. Then dialog class has border and title. An instance of the dialog class cannot exist without an associated instance of the frame class. The next is a panel. Panel does not contain title bar, menu bar, or border. It is a generic container for holding components. An instance of the panel class provides a container to which to add the components. And the next is frame. A frame has a title, border, and menu bars. It can contain several components like buttons, text fields, scroll bars, etc. This is most widely used container while developing an application in AWT. What is that? That is frame. The frame can be used too much widely in developing of any application of AWT. Thank you. Thank you very much.